Addiction therapy. We're going to be talking about what to do and some of the new research about addictions. Because we used to think of just drug users, cigarettes, alcoholics, etc. But now we know that it's really much more expansive than that. There's physical addictions, nicotine, all these other different things, drugs, and there's others. And it can affect onto the different sites. And dopamine and the neurotransmitters have an awful lot to do for this. So we're going to be studying a simple way to deal with addictions today.
The key hormones we need for mental health are made in the bowel by the gut flora, which needs plant fiber, serotonin, happiness, GABA, stress control, dopamine, motivation, oxytocin, bonding, all made by the microflora of our gut. Our culture allows big pharma to destroy the bowel flora of our youth, then the big sugar and the synthetic chemicals destroy it more.
Destroy.
So when we finally get some chemicals from street drugs or doctor drugs, we develop addiction, dependency, disease. So we must start with balance of our bowel flora.
Yes, very important that we start to realize that diseases begin in the gut, and by stabilizing the bowel flora. This is very, very important, especially for addiction. The brain hormones made in the gut, serotonin, happiness hormone, GABA, stress, anxiety control, dopamine, motivation, oxytocin, bonding, control of self. All of these things have big, big effects. And we start by destroying these as early with antibiotics. But then one of the worst things is these synthetic sugars, these synthetic sweeteners.
Poison from the witch, the worst.
Sucralose, acesulfamine,
equals,
high
Splenda,
fructose corn syrup, Advantane,
all
aspartame,
FDA approved,
NutraSweet, Equal,
neotame,
Nutane,
saccharin,
Sweeten Low, Sweeten Trim.
all
These things
destroyed.
are terrible. They destroy the bowel flora, and they can cause and aggravate all mental disease and irritate addiction.
Sugar addiction, the perpetual cycle. You eat sugar, you like it, you crave it. It has addictive properties. It is an excitogen. Blood sugar levels spike. Dopamine is released in the brain. It leads to addiction. Mass insulin secreted to drop blood sugar levels. Blood sugar level falls rapidly, and high insulin levels cause immediate fat storage.
Get fat.
Body craves the lost sugar high. Hunger and cravings is the next step. Low blood sugar levels cause increased appetite and cravings, thus the cycle is repeated.
And you eat more sugar and the cycle spins. These are the key hormones made in the gut that we need to stabilize our mind. But sugar, antibiotics, these synthetic chemicals kill off the bowel bacteria in your gut. And this bowel bacteria does something else that's even crazier. It now can take over your brain and make you crave those foods. Now, the drug companies have tried to cure you by making synthetic compounds, but these synthetic compounds that they make even kill more of the bowel bacteria. It's all the wrong idea. The drug companies have not based their ideas in health. So modern allopathy, synthetic medicine, is emotionless, unnatural negation of health. It's not health care, disease care. Schrodinger told us that organisms have a negative entropy, and this is needed for our bodies to have health. Life, plants have that magic that comes from the sun that takes the compounds into high energy. We have a negative entropy. This is a nutrient, more important than any vitamin. We cannot get them from synthetics. We have to get them from plants.
Whole plant foods are the best diet for the human body. What is the best diet for weight loss? The whole plant foods. We need fiber from the plants, cardiovascular repair, and complete health. To accomplish this state, we need whole plant foods. Whole food plant-based diet pyramid, fats and oils.
We need the fiber.
The grains, the fruits, the vegetables, the legumes.
Everything needed with fiber. What we used to think about addiction was based on an old experiment where we took the rat and they gave him something, and the rat would keep pushing an item, pushing a button, eating a pellet, up until the day that he would die. He kept doing this. We found addiction. But that was with a single rat. Now, today, we know that if the rat has a family, if there's a family of rats around him, then he won't do that. He doesn't do that. So now we have a new idea of addiction, a new idea. And basically, we come on a new therapy for addiction. I've outlined a whole new process of addiction therapy. Now, this is largely based on the Nelson method of medicine, where we will reduce the causes of disease, rebuild the damaged organs, unblock the blockages, treat the symptoms naturally. But now let's get back to our addiction therapy.
Steps of addiction therapy lies in a healthy gut. First step of addiction release is admitting the addiction.
Gotta admit things.
Step 2 is admitting you need help and social networks.
You need family and friends.
Step 3 is cleaning up the bowel flora, eating whole plant foods.
Very important.
Step 4, develop soft, unforced discipline.
Integrity, discipline, yes.
Step 5, develop new positive behaviors like hobbies or exercise.
Replace the bad behavior with a good one.
Step 6, forgive all who hurt you, forgive yourself, forgive God. 7 multiplied by 7, 70 times a day. For 7 days, write you forgive. Step 7, learn to process issues in the mind with breathing, yoga. Step 8, take it one day at a time with happiness and compassion.
The only way you can ever overcome any addiction is to begin to care more about yourself and the people around you. In fact, it starts with self-respect. Now, when I was 21 years old, I was struggling in this area because I could not fathom that anyone actually cared about me. So I didn't care about others. I said, well, if they don't care about me, why care about them? And that was my attitude that was limiting me from reaching my full potential. But once I realized, you know what? I actually do care about where I'm going. I actually do care about who I'm becoming. I actually do care that these cigarettes are yellowing my teeth and that I'm spitting out blood and that I smell like smoke everywhere I go. And it was extremely embarrassing. Then I realized I actually do care. I actually do want to change. If I keep living this kind of life, I'm either going to end up dead or in jail. And that is how I overcame my addiction.
And here's a new way I'd like to teach you how to get rid of different addictions, physical, mental, whatever. You leave your body, actually come out in your mind and watch what you're doing. This is called the Vipassana technique, the watcher meditation. You're going to step back and watch yourself. Watch yourself having the craving. Watch what's happening in your body. Watch the physical feelings. But you're stepping back and watching yourself. You're not experiencing them directly. You're becoming the watcher. You're stepping back. This is an ancient meditation technique known as Vipassana meditation. As you do this, you will start to see that the cravings are really of the physical body and not of the true mind, the relaxed mind, the ideal mind of your meditation. And the cravings will reduce as you watch them and learn to watch those things and maneuver back. And as you do this, do not fight, just observe. As you do this, you will reduce those physiological addictions. Also recognize, as Ben Franklin said, moderation in all things. Avoid extremes. So when you get too much caring and sharing of the patient, sometimes you can burn yourself out. Don't do that. Learn to relax. Now I'm going to show you a little advertisement for whole plant foods. Sugar and processed foods can make a bacteria that can take over your child's brain, can take over your brain. And these synthetic sweeteners are even worse. These chemicals, they can help make disease and death. You got to stop boiling things in oil. And basically, they stop making the hormones. So then you're not so happy.
You get irritable. When you get irritable, your work suffers. When your work suffers, the wrong man is convicted. When the wrong man is convicted, he has time to think. When he has time to think, he thinks about you a lot. And when he thinks about you a lot, your house explodes. Don't have your house explode.
Whole plant foods can increase your wellness, reduce weight, increase sex drive, increase intelligence, restore health to the heart and all the organs. It's amazing that what whole plant foods can do. You have to stop eating the crap. and eat more real food, natural food, nature, not synthetics.